Alright, this video is a tutorial video about the concept of translations. A translation is when you're basically taking a shape, like say a triangle, and you're just sliding it across the graph in one direction or another. You're just sliding it. And you could think of it as moving it a certain number of units to the right and a certain number of units up. And that would be the same thing. So that's what they mean when they have this notation right here. If they say t and they say with a -4, 3 right there, the -4 is your left-right motion. So this would mean 4 units left and 3 units up. Okay, so the first number is sort of like your change in the x direction, and your second number is your change in the y direction. Negative is left, positive is right, and for y values, negative is down, positive is up, just like you would think. So you would think left 4, up 3. Anyway, that should be enough information for us to get started. So let's just go through a few problems. Rectangle ABCD has these vertices. The rectangle is translated, so the coordinates of the image are shown here. Which rule was used? Well, just pick one point and take a good look at it. So, for example, I'm going to look at the point A, which was -6, -2. And then what happened? So we have A prime, which was -10, 1. Alright, so let's look at what happened to the x's and what happened to the y's. So the x went from -6 to -10. So from -6 to -10 means it moved even more to the left than it was. So it started off at -6, and then it went to -7, -8, -9, -10. Alright, if you're picturing a number line. So how many units did we move? So we went 1, 2, 3, 4 units to the left. Okay, so the x value went -4. So far that tells me that we need a little -4 right here. Now let's look and see what happened to the y value. So the y value went from -2 to +1. Imagine that on a number line. Okay, so if we have -2, to get to +1, we'd have to go -1, and then 0, and then +1. Alright, so we're moving 1, 2, 3 units to the right. Alright, that's a +3 units. So that means I need a 3 right here to show that I meant, well, okay, I said to the right, but this is the y value, so really that would be up. So we need this, the y value to be like this to indicate that we went left 4 and up 3 units. And so the answer should be this guy right here. Let's check it out. Kabam! That's why that's the answer. Alright, let's keep going. Which rule represents the translation from the preimage, meaning the original, ABCD, to the image, A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime? Okay, all you really need to do is pick one pair of corresponding points and look at what happened. Okay, so I'm going to pick point D because it's just real easy to see. So this was the preimage, and then here is the image. Alright, so how far to the right did we go? And how far up did we go? So it looks like we went right 2 and up 1 unit. Right 2, up 1. So we need to, if we went right 2, that would be like this. Up 1 would be like this. So this should be the answer right here at the bottom. Okay, and there you go. So hopefully you're seeing that it's not so bad. Now watch out, this one has decimals, so alright, these are the only ones that take a little bit of extra thought. Alright, triangle ABC was translated according to the rule, and they give us these decimals here, to form the triangle A prime, B prime, C prime as shown. What are the coordinates of point C, the pre-image? Alright, so there was some point C that was, we'll just temporarily call it x comma y. Alright, and it became C prime, which is right here. Now this is not a decimal. Alright, C prime is the point -1 comma -3. So that's -1 comma -3. Alright, now let's think about this. To get C prime, we had to take point x, alright, we had to take the x value, and according to this, see the positive 4.5 right here? That means we had to take the x value and we had to add 4.5 to it. Alright, that's how you would move it 4.5 to the right. And apparently we got -1 for the answer. So we could just solve this little equation, couldn't we? So if I just subtract 4.5 from both sides, then that would tell me that the original x value must be, alright, -1 minus 4.5. You can use a calculator if you had to, but I hope you don't need to know that this would be -5.5. Okay, which already tells me that this must be the answer because it's the only one that has an x value of -5.5. But let's keep going. Let's talk about the y values. Alright, so we had the original y value. And then according to the rule, I have this -6.2. So that means I had to take the original y value and do -6.2. And apparently, that turned out to be an answer of -3. So we should be able to solve this little equation to find out what the original y value was. Meaning, let's add 6.2 to both sides. So y equals. Alright, so this should be positive 3.2. Alright, if you do -3 plus 6.2, you should get positive 3.2, which again is what we see right here. So this should definitely be the answer. Kabam! That's how you do that. And that's about as hard as it gets. So if you can understand that, we should be pretty good. I think we're going to do all right. Let's look at this next one. Square ABCD was translated using this rule. Okay, fine. Alright, we're subtracting 4, adding 15 to form the new A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. What are the coordinates of point D if the pre-image, what are the coordinates of point D in the pre-image if the coordinates of D prime are given here? Okay, so we have some original point x, y, and it is becoming this new point D prime, which turns out to be 9 comma -8. Now the rule says that to get from the original point D to the new point D prime, we had to subtract 4, okay, from the x values. So that means we had to take the x value, subtract 4, and then that turned out to be 9. Okay, at the same time, to get the y value, we had to take the original y value, add 15 to it, according to the rule, and that turned out to be -8. So this is just like the last problem. We can solve these two little equations to figure out what the original values were. So if we add 4 to both sides and subtract 15 from both sides, okay, so this should turn out to be 13, and this should turn out to be 23. I'm sorry, negative 23. All right, so we're looking for the point 13 comma negative 23 to be the original. All right, so of course it should be this guy right up top. Kabam! There you go. All right, see how easy this is? It's really not that bad. You got this, people. You've got this. Let's keep going. All right, so we've got a hexagon translated 8 units down and 3 units to the right. Okay, now that's backwards from what we normally say, because 3 units to the right, we're talking about x values. Understand? 8 units down, that's y values. All right, so let me put this back in the normal order. Okay, so we're really doing 3 units to the right, so that's x plus 3, and 8 units down, so that's y minus 8. Okay, so that's the rule that we're doing. Okay, also known as 3 comma negative 8. All right, so just let's keep that straight. 3 units to the right, 8 units down. Now we're good. Now, if the coordinates of the preimage of point F are given, what are the coordinates of F prime? So this is going to be pretty straightforward. So they're giving us the preimage, the original, negative 9 comma 2, and they want the coordinates of the image F prime. Okay, so all we have to do is do this. Add 3 to the x value and subtract 8 from the y value. So for the x value, I'll call it x prime. That should be negative 9 plus 3. So that'll be negative 6. And then for the y value, the new y value, I'll call it y prime, it should be the old y value minus 8. Okay, and 2 minus 8 is negative 6 again. All right, so this should be the answer. So the answer should be this second one right here. Check it out. All right, easy as pie. And you know what? That was the last one for this video. So I want you to go ahead and give it a try on your own and see how you do. Good luck.